So forges his way back into the lead, going to be run to the list
here from the early 1960s. I'm Martin
behind the chicane, but Sam Hancock right on it on the Ferrari. Better exit, more grunt. Now we're riding on board down towards Madrid. 3.5 minutes to go. Roger Wills got to hang on, and John Minshaw has not made the big grunt coming out of the chicane. So up into Madrid, it's still the Lotus in front. Did Roger Wills, but what we know is Sam Hancock has shown many different lines down to St Mary's. He's been playing, he's been toying with John Minshaw, but this time the driver he's attacking is Roger Wills. Don't forget he attacked him on lap 1. Marcus, what are you going to see down with you?
3.5 minutes is 3 laps because they're lapping in under 1:30. Here they come. It's the Lotus from the Ferrari. Now, I don't think Sam's going to try anything quite yet. They've got probably 10 lengths on the... he's a little bit quicker out of 10 lengths probably on the listers, and he looks up the outside. But it's this is here where the Lister Jaguar comes into its own, because Minshaw's got so much more grunt. Sam comes up the inside, he's right alongside, gets his nose ahead coming onto the straight, and there's not much between these two, but there's also not much space for John Minshaw to try and go through.
Through the kink they go, and again we saw Roger Wills really pressing on this outlap effectively, and John Minshaw's coming down all through the kink, almost on the grass. Well, he was on the grass with his 2 right-hand wheels. That was the moment he thought he had. That's where the power of the Lister Jaguar comes into itself.
No, because actually that's pretty solid defence. Double waved yellows for the leader. 20 seconds to the line. Don't forget there is no radio and a pit board that tells you to the second how long the race is. I don't think that happens either.
Oh, it's going to be so close. 10 seconds to go. He's turning into chicane. Surely this is the final lap. Andrew Smith not smiling yet, but he certainly will be. The big Scot really loves his racing.
3,
and, surely
2,
1. He's done
1.
it.
Checkered flag out as he gets to the line. It is out, and the winner.
That's a great shot there, that high camera angle. You could see down into the cockpit, and Addy Newell really was working hard. It's a shame he scrubbed the end of this lap. He might still improve, though. He hasn't lost too much time behind Graham Bryant's AC Cobra, accelerating as hard as he can up to the finish line. He's at the moment 3 seconds off the pace. What will it be this time around? Will he improve? Now he goes 2.5 seconds up to 4th place for car number 29. That glorious red and blue Ferrari, the GTO 64, the long-bodied car.
Frank Stimpler, he's trying everything to get the advantage, but Atwood weighing the whole thing up quite beautifully. We've got the 44, Alex Boswell, Ferrari ahead of them now. That's also been in the pits early in the race. Now on the charge down towards you, Bruce. Richard Atwood trying for the lead.
He most certainly is half a car length in it as they go through the kink before St Mary's. Now a car length, the better exit there by Stimpler, slightly braver through the corner, but he's not as quick through St Mary's, but this time the gap is slightly larger than it was last time around. First to second, the Maserati of Frank Stimpler ahead of the Ferrari on my side. These two well clear. The next car was Barry Williams, no longer is it. So with the Ferguson retiring from the pits, who knows?
Yes, the time sheet still is not to be believed. They've 12 showing 3rd. At the moment.
Controlled drift as they got down to the breaking point. The blue Aston Martin with Simon Hadfield, but chasing and just totally on top of this short wheelbase. Number 15, the Ferrari, Tom Christensen. Joe McCurry slid down the order. Christensen is making up everything, helped in no small part by the safety car coming out and bunching the field, keeping the 15 right in the mix.
That's right, and you can see that the silver Ferrari is gaining inexorably on the dark blue Aston Martin. This is Christensen.
Marcus, a change of place right at my feet. Tom Alexander has dropped to 8th place because the second Halusa, Nicholas Halusa, has taken the 16. The Ferrari Breadvan passed him into 7th.
That really is upper place, because that number 20 has that stop-go, still hanging over it for the early out of order stop.
And the E-Type's got past Nigel Corner's silver lightweight E-Type has gone ahead now of Richard Atwood. Richard Atwood pushed down to 2nd place in the 250LM Ferrari as Nigel Corner takes the lead. Corner in the lightweight E-Type leads Atwood in the 250LM, and still Derek Bell in third place in the 330LMB Ferrari, and Phil Hill a magnificent fourth in the grumbling Blue Cobra.
For the first time, it's 25 ahead of 28, and Cottingham will be fighting back. Andrew Frankel's done well after that poor start to come around in third place, but I said this lead duo would be able to pull away as Cottingham makes a move into Lavin. Is he far enough up the inside? Not quite, and Monteverdi fully within his rights to try and defend the line, but Cottingham has just about done the job. They're side by side as they get the second part. So Monteverdi looked as though he was ceding the corner, has not done so. And so leading around the opening lap, it's Monteverdi in 25. James Cottingham doing his utmost to go around the outside onto the Lavin straight, carrying more momentum. Looks so the move is working for 28. James Cottingham.
Down the inside, then into Woodcote Corner for the first time in this 20-minute motor race. But Monteverdi counters on the outside very bravely, chops across the nose as he was entitled to do. He's more than the car's length ahead, and threads the Monza into the chicane. Later than Lucas Halusa, and he squeezes through down the inside. He's still got the Ferrari just nosing ahead on the outside, but as they go through abreast onto that all-important second apex, the Jaguar has gone there, and as they go down towards Ford Ward and Toby, John Minshaw has the lead.
Marcus, did you notice Emanuele was pumping the brakes into the chicane?
It's Halusa.
It's Halusa. Emanuele is in the pits. He's going to be getting in for the second part of the race. Likewise, Keane will get in to the Jaguar for the second part of the race. Now, this is important because the Jaguar, yes, it's got that track position. I hate to use that modern phrase, but it's just going to stifle the car that the Breadvan that we're riding on board with. It's just going to stifle it where it's quickest, and Minshaw will make that E-Type as wide as anything, as he's already gone through Lavin on the way down, away from you down the Lavin straight. Chris?
Yeah, well, let's see if Halusa has to pump the brakes again into chicane. We'll get the rear view. Maybe he's got a long pedal.
Riding on board with him. Okay, heel and towing once, twice.
124 down the straight.
Into the right-hander at Woodcote. There's the apex, gets it sideways. It's all under control. There's your chicane. There are yellow flags. They were waved there a lap ago, but those yellow flags have been removed after the Pearson 250 GTO is stricken on the side of the track, but it's now out of the way. Here we go.
Absolutely, and in the drag race, the big Ferrari is powering up the inside, and he comes up the inside. Nicholas Halusa forges his way back into the lead, going in, he runs a little bit wide. The result, he's having to fight to hold on to that because you cannot turn in too early, otherwise you run out of road on the exit. And there is we had a quick shot there of Phil Keane behind Vicky Brooks, historic racer, and through they come down towards the opening part of St Mary's, a tricky corner. Chris, they're back with you.